Okay, welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to go over the position that my business partner and I have had in Alibaba for several months now. I've posted a couple videos about this in the past, right? At points we were down unrealized nearly 50K on this position, yet the thesis remained. And I don't want to say jinx once again, but once again, the thesis is playing out just through taking a contrarian approach and trying to be positioned where the rest of the world will want to be positioned several months in advance. So as of now, it looks like Alibaba. There's a lot of sentiment change lately. I'm sure if you have been paying attention to just the financial news and keeping it on your radar, you might have seen the headline or the keyword China start to pop up more often. So that's definitely changing the, I guess, investor attitude, retail and institutional. And it looks like we are starting to see prices move and continue to sustain the positive move that we have seen, unlike events in the past. So basically, as I like to do in all of the videos here, zooming out is the best way to kind of get a big picture in not only the thesis, but also looking at the chart. And basically, we could see that Alibaba has been trading in a range for over 2 years. So basically, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I obviously don't need to be going too deeply into this, but the way that we see it is China is facing or has faced several issues recently and still continues to face several economic issues. Yet we see these situations being resolved and being moments of the past. And as they do get resolved and as the picture looks more clear and the certainty comes to face and the optimism starts to re-enter this particular theme, tone, country, then basically we want to be positioned into it. And Alibaba is a way that has been suggested by the person that I work with. And now the technicals are starting to line up. So the thesis is playing out. And if we just look at the big picture in terms of what's going on, well, obviously this was the end of the COVID market, right? And then China failed to open up their economy as quickly as the rest of the world. Matter of fact, they were very stubborn on it. There was also Chinese bodies which were basically cracking down on China big tech. And really the whole landscape just looked very unattractive relative to what else was going on in the world. So therefore, prices kind of just started to flatline and not do anything. But recently, as I've made a video previously, and if you would like to check it out, I gave you my thoughts on why the move can happen in the near term, right? I posted a video, I believe, like probably just before this move, because of the certain points that I was picking up and thought could change the narrative around these China names, right? So basically, DeepSeek was a large one. I still have the thesis that there's a rotation that can happen geographically. So basically, if the US starts to top out, which if we look at the S&P 500, basically we closed technically very bad when we should have probably closed with strength. So the way that I see it is markets are wrong, and maybe if the US starts to go down, China can go up, as the valuations for not only the large tech companies that trade at a premium, but many other growth and high performing businesses are currently undervalued. So as the world seeks for better opportunities that have more asymmetric return profiles, I think the answer will more obviously be China, right? So basically, Alibaba recently we're starting to see inflation in China, right? If you look at their year-over-year data, there has been a spike in inflation as there has been a continuous downtrend for several months. Alibaba, their earnings just came out after this move above this 120 level. And basically, the key driver was their cloud intelligence, which basically is their AI division. There's also been a change in sentiment around this name, as now there was an event on February 17th where it was basically a forum for all of the CEOs in China, and President Xi Jinping was there and publicly shook Jack Ma's hand. And if you're around in, I think, somewhere around 2020 to 2022, there was a totally different attitude towards Chinese big tech and the government in China. So as all of these things start to play out and the technicals start to confirm this, the way that I see this zooming out is, so long that we are now trading above 120, Alibaba has a clear runway to, I would say long enough if they continue to deliver as a powerhouse and there's no geographical tensions between the US and China, which it seems like Trump is taking a softer, more respectable stance towards China. We could see Alibaba trading above 200 and quite possibly even back to its highs at 300. So right now we have a position in it. I would love to add to this. Might make sense to do so if we get back down to the 120 range, and hope that this is potentially the bottom of this current bear and suppressed market. If you take a look at the Hang Seng index, the same thing. We are starting to rebound off of the lows. If you look into the current phases that are in place to actually stimulate, first stabilize, then stimulate, and turn China into more of a consumer economy. And if you believe that's going to happen, Alibaba should benefit quite well, along, I think, with financial institutions within China, especially at what the multiples that they're currently trading at. But Alibaba, or unrealized, $74,700. I don't think this move is done yet. I'm willing to be patient and even let this go against us once again, because just relative to how other things are priced around the world, the only thing that really makes sense with the level of sophistication and safety, and I mean by that in terms of like enterprise productivity, would be a company such as Alibaba or China as a whole. So that's basically the thesis. Just an update. The China trade, in the last video I said, is it on? Lately, it's on, right? So let's ride out the wave. Let's see what we can grab here. Let's try to stay as clear-minded as possible and be concentrated in the best opportunities in the markets. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you would like to see more. And like the video if you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please send them below. I don't get many comments down here. I get the occasional ones, but if you have questions, like, those comments are valuable and gold, because it's just conversation around positions, which might bring up questions and answers that we or I didn't see before. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.